All right, so China's Air Force just dropped something big. I mean, really big. In a brand new promo film, they showed off their next-gen air combat team, all flying together in formation for the very first time.
Now, I know what you're thinking. At first glance, it just looks like a few planes flying in a line, right? But it is so much more than that. This single image, it's basically a puzzle. It's a blueprint for a whole new way of fighting. See, the real secret here isn't about any one of these planes. It's about how they're built to work together as one single, incredibly lethal unit.
You know, for years, experts have been talking about this, speculating that these three aircraft were designed to operate as a team. Well, seeing them all together like this, out in the open, that confirms it. This isn't just a theory anymore. This is a strategy they're actively declaring to the world. And that strategy? It's got a name. Manned-unmanned teaming. It sounds a bit technical, but the idea is actually pretty simple. You take the incredible decision-making power of a human pilot, and you combine it with the expandability and unique skills of autonomous drones. The goal here is to create a force that can just completely overwhelm an opponent, see way farther, and strike way faster than anything that's come before. So, let's meet the team, shall we? Who are the members of this new power trio? Each one of these aircraft has a very specific job. And to really get the big picture, we've got to break down what each one brings to the fight. Think of them like a high-tech heist crew, each with their own unique specialty.
Okay, first up, we've got the brains of the operation, the J-20's Mighty Dragon. This is the leader of the pack. If this whole setup were a football team, this jet is absolutely the quarterback, calling every single play from way up in the sky.
So what makes this plane so special? Well, the key feature here is that it's a two-seater, and that second seat is everything. It's for a drone control officer who acts as an airborne command post, directing all the unmanned aircraft from a pretty safe distance. This is exactly what people mean when they say a 5th-gen fighter is pioneering a 6th-gen role. It's using today's tech to test drive the very ideas that are going to define the future of air combat.
All right, next up on the team is the Specialist, the J-16D. This is the electronic warfare powerhouse. Its whole job, its entire reason for being, is to clear the path, to make sure the enemy is totally deaf and blind before the real attack even kicks off.
So how does it do that? Well, its primary mission is to just unleash an absolute storm of electronic interference. We're talking jamming enemy radar, slicing through their communications, and it can even hunt down and target air defense sites with its own anti-radiation missiles. It's basically creating this safe, invisible highway in the sky for the rest of the team to just punch right through. And that brings us to the most futuristic, almost sci-fi member of the team, the GJ-11 Dark Dragon. This thing is the ghost in the machine. It's the stealthy scout, the tip of the spear, and it's designed to go into places no pilot in their right mind would ever dare to fly.
The GJ-11 is what we call a loyal wingman. It's an unmanned drone, obviously, and its stealth capabilities are off the charts. Since there's no pilot to worry about, you can send it on incredibly high-risk missions deep into enemy territory. And when you arm it with advanced missiles, it becomes what the military calls a force multiplier. That just means it gives a J-20 a whole lot more firepower and a ton more options in a fight. It's a high-tech and kind of expendable asset. Okay, so we've met the individual players, right? We've got the brain, the jammer, and the ghost. Now, let's see how this all comes together. Let's look at the playbook for how they execute a coordinated attack, because this is where you see the real power of this team. So here's how it works. It's a 3-step plan. Step 1, the J-16D, the jammer, goes in first to blind the enemy. It just creates total chaos in their defense network. Step 2, while all that chaos is happening, the super stealthy GJ-11 drones just slip right through, completely undetected. And then Step 3, a safe distance away, the J-20's quarterback is directing the whole show, telling those drones exactly where to go and what to hit. It's a beautifully simple, and let's be honest, a devastatingly effective plan. Now, it's really important to zoom out for a second and understand that this isn't just happening in a vacuum. China isn't the only one thinking this way. This is all part of a much bigger global race to figure out what the next generation of air power is even going to look like.
This whole idea of loyal wingmen is probably one of the hottest topics in military aviation right now. Seriously, air forces all over the world are in this high-stakes race to perfect this technology, to figure out the best way to integrate these autonomous drones with their piloted fighter jets. And this just gives you a quick snapshot of that race. So you've got China's GJ-11, but then you also have major programs like Russia's S-70 Akaten.
and Australia's MQ-28 Ghost Bat, which was developed with Boeing. And of course, the United States has multiple very advanced programs in the works. The big takeaway here? Everybody is betting big on this tech. This is where the future is headed.
But, and there's always a but, for all this incredible progress, China is facing a really unique and pretty significant hurdle as it moves into this new era. And it's a problem that's tied directly to the geography of where it might have to fight.
And that challenge, in one word, is range. It's all about distance. As this quote points out, China's main fighters are designed for really long-distance missions. And if that's the case, well, their unmanned wingmen have to be able to keep up. They need to have the legs for it.
I mean, just take a look at this. The J-20 fighter has a combat radius of over 2,000 kilometers. That is nearly double the range of a comparable Western fighter like the F-35. So for this whole team concept to work effectively over those huge distances, the drones, they have to be able to match that endurance. And that, my friends, is a massive engineering challenge.
And if you look even further down the road, China's 6th-generation fighters are expected to have even more range. So to support those, China's going to have to develop much larger and longer-range drones. Their entire future air combat strategy literally hangs on their ability to solve this problem.
Which of course leaves us with one final and I think fascinating question. As these autonomous drones get more and more capable, as they become more integrated, acting as our eyes, our shields, our strikers, who is the real pilot of the future? Is it the person sitting in the cockpit, or is it the person commanding the entire swarm from a distance? It's a question that's going to completely redefine what air power even means for decades to come.